Hey, I'm Victor Margiotta, and this is the Community Show. We are on location at Lisa's Boutique in beautiful Verplanck, New York. Kacey Morabito Grean is my guest. We have so much to talk about. So, Kacey, thank you for coming
Thank you. It's so nice to have you here.
Oh, this is great. Like I said, we have so much to talk about, so we don't have time to talk about your chickens. All right, what about your chickens?
I love my chickens so much.
Yeah.
Yes, I love them. I have 5 chickens, and they're the love of my life.
Yeah, I mean,
You never saw that coming, did you?
no. How's
It
the
was
upkeep?
COVID. They're fabulous. It's not hard.
No, I heard.
You know, if you love them and you don't mind, so you got to go out in the morning and feed them and let them walk around, and
Yeah.
same thing in the afternoon, but I love them.
And the eggs are unbelievable.
The eggs are amazing. The color of the yolk is like this bam orange color. And they're delicious.
And they came in the mail?
They came in the mail. And through a catalog, a farm, I think out in Ohio, that I had heard good things about. And you order the kinds of chickens you want.
Right.
And mine are all like that typical white chicken that you see like in the kindergarten book.
Yeah.
And they came in a little box, and the post office called in Garrison and said, your chickens are here. You got to pick them up right away.
Yeah, right.
And I drove out to get them, and there's, in a little box, all you hear is cheep, 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 and then you open it up, and there's 8 little heads.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. And what about the coop? Did you put it together yourself?
Well,
or?
my husband, it really all came together
hi,
wonderfully.
Mike.
Yeah, hi, honey. The neighbors were taking down their huge, enormous shed. And Mike and I had been saying, I want chickens. And my husband, Mike, saw that wood coming down. He's like, can I borrow that? So we have a beautiful coop with a window like that opens and closes, and then a beautiful enclosed run with the chicken wire all on 3 sides. But I like to let them out in the yard. They get along with the dogs. They get along with the cat. Everything. Everybody gets along.
Great. Well, that's like having your own little farm.
Yeah. I'm begging for ducks now.
So I'm trying to get my little farm going, and it's one distraction after the other, but I'm getting there.
You have a wonderful garden every year.
Oh, I love it. It's so much fun. I really enjoy it. It's a lot of work, but for me, it's excellent. The other thing I wanted to ask you, how's your mom?
My mom is great.
Yeah.
Jane Morabito, people might know she worked at Hudson Valley Hospital Center for many years. She's retired now many years in Florida, and she's fabulous. I mean, this is what you want.
Yeah.
I'm going to say her age. She's 93.
Oh, my God.
You'd never know it. And we just were all in Atlanta for my brother John's daughter's wedding, my niece's wedding. And Mom was there, and she was dancing up a storm. And,
excellent. I'm dying to see her. When's she coming up?
I don't know. She doesn't travel as much as she used to. I guess we'll have to have a wedding up here for her to travel.
Okay.
But I'd like to get her back at least for the feast.
Yes. So Lisa's Boutique.
Yes.
What are the hours? When are you open here?
We are open Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Wow, that's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah. So throw out some names. Who are the volunteers?
Well, starting primarily with my sister Maria.
Yep.
Lisa Cole.
Hi, Lisa.
Chrissy Calabro. And then there's, oh my gosh, so many. I have 22 volunteers. If I start naming them all.
Yeah, no, you can't. It's impossible.
And then there's volunteers who work upstairs here at the thrift store, and those who work downstairs at the food pantry. And then there's another group of volunteers who just meet the Feeding Westchester truck, delivery every Friday, and unload the truck. And you used to volunteer for us when we were in Mount Carmel Hall. You always came and swept up, and I really appreciate that.
Thanks.
Takes a lot of hands.
I know. I just have so much going on right now. I'm back at the restaurant, so that's, 60 hours right there.
But I do want to bring up, you know, Let It Shine does a lot of things in the community that many people probably will never hear about. One of those things is putting Christmas trees in the churches at Christmas time.
That's right.
And that night, I am driving from Garrison to Verplanck with 4 Christmas trees in my Subaru. 4 trees. And I called Victor, help me out. Meet me at St. Patrick's Church. Take 2 of these trees. I got to go to St. Christopher's. And there you were. You saved my life that night.
Thanks.
So thank you.
You're welcome.
And then when I got to St. Christopher's Church, Melissa Wassel and her husband Frankie, they helped me get those 2 trees out of the car.
Hi, Melissa. Hi, Frank. I love those guys.
They're great.
Well, I grew up with them.
That's right.
Now, Let It Shine, that encompasses a few things. It's not just the pantry.
It's a lot of things. It's we're only 4 years old. The pantry actually came first, so the pantry's 5 years old. But Let It Shine is the thrift store, which fuels the pantry. On a good week, this thrift store pays our food bill downstairs.
Wow.
So the thrift store, the pantry, the summer markets that we have outdoors, and they're not just summer, we have them indoors in the winter, seasonal markets. We also do women's events and retreats, inspirational days. We have an inspirational day coming up in Graymore, late June, another weekend for women in August. So it's a big umbrella, but underneath it is we only do one thing, and that is we gather love and we give it away. And
That's beautiful.
makes you happy.
Yeah. Now, we were raised Catholic. We went to St. Pat's. How much of that influenced what you do?
100%.
Yeah.
All of it. All of it. Sister Catherine Mary and I are still in touch. She just
No
texted me
way.
the other day.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. That friendship has had a huge impact on my life.
Yeah.
But growing up in a small town, this small town, walking to school every day, right?
Yeah.
Seeing your neighbors as you walk to school every day, which is now our St. Patrick's School is the Kino Saito Art Gallery.
Yes.
Living in a community in a small town on the Hudson River, everybody that you saw in school, you saw at church.
Yep.
That's everything. And the community piece for me was huge. You and I have always known that Verplank on the Hudson is an incredible place to live.
Without a doubt. I've been all over the world, and this is it. I mean,
The most beautiful.
It is.
We have the Hudson River in our backyard.
Yeah.
It's so quiet and peaceful. It just made sense for me to bring my, the word that comes to mind is my holy work, to bring it right here home.
Yeah. Yeah.
So here I am.
I know. I'm still best friends with my best friend from first grade from St. Patrick Catherine. And, we still play golf together. We're still,
That's great.
they were just up at the restaurant. I got to see his grandkids.
Oh,
And,
that's wonderful.
yeah. It was.
But you and I could probably name all the kids we went to school with.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
I know.
I remember
It
the
was
year
best.
we had like 20 in our class, and then Jeffrey Lyman moved to Washington, D.C. It's like, now we're only 19.
Yeah,
It's a
I
good
know.
way to grow up.
We had like 17. Couple went in, couple came out, but Brian Finn was one of the best that showed up late, and
Right, you remember?
yeah, it's still one of my good friends.
Yeah.
I just saw him the other day too. But so the market, not every week this year.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. The market was born in COVID because there was nowhere to go. And one day, Maria and I were hauling thousands of pounds of food. I know. We had sent all, it's COVID.
Yeah.
You showed up and did the work. It was COVID. We sent all the volunteers home because we were terrified. It was before the vaccine. Nobody knew what was going on. And my sister's hauling this 50-pound bag of potatoes. And she's like, I wish we could just leave it on the lawn like a farmer's market.
Right.
And I said, well, there's an idea.
Right.
We can't leave the food on the lawn,
No.
But I made a few phone calls and said, can we use this field? And who wants to come out? Who bakes? Who crafts?
Yeah.
Who's got tomatoes in their garden? And this huge community thing was born that was so much fun to watch.
Yeah.
And then it was really successful for a couple of years. And now as the world has opened up, it's harder to get people to come out to a weekly market.
Yeah.
So we're going to do it monthly, June, July, August, twice in September, twice in October.
Okay, where can we find all this information?
Let It Shine online.com.
Yep. Okay. We're still going to do the yoga though.
Oh, yeah. So that was one of the greatest things when we started the outdoor market was that day that Maria was having this idea. My yoga teacher showed up, Ellen Foreman from Prawn and Moon Yoga. I mean, it happened all one day. And I said, listen, Maria just had this idea. I think we're going to have a market. She says, you want yoga at your market? She was bringing donations for the food pantry. I said, yes, we do want yoga at our market.
Oh, my gosh.
So people would come and they would pay the teacher, $10 a class or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's been very successful at the market for these past few years. But this year we decided that we want to give back to the community. So Let It Shine has already paid the yoga teachers for the whole season.
Excellent. So we can go
Free
for
yoga.
and
Don't even bring your
every
money.
Sunday.
Every Sunday, 10 o'clock at Cortland Waterfront Park.
Oh, my
And
gosh.
thank you, Dr. Becker and the town of Cortland.
Oh, yeah.
Their partnership has meant everything. It's
Excellent.
what they allow us to do. This building that we're in is the original town hall.
Okay.
And
Whoa.
yeah, I'll show you the jail downstairs. We've got bars on the
No
windows and the
way.
original jail door
Oh my gosh.
from the 1800s. So I know. But the town of Cortland is so generous to us. And that's why we were allowed to grow.
Yeah.
And they also knew before we did how important it was to have a food pantry in town. They know, because they're talking to their people all the time. And the way food pantries are today and the way food prices are today, everybody, I would say nearly everybody, knows somebody who shops at a food pantry.
Sure.
It just, seniors need the help, young families need the help, veterans need the help. So the town of Cortland knew that, and they're very, very good to us.
Excellent. That's awesome. Thank you, Richard Becker.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Becker.
So you were nominated for the Women of Distinction by Cortland Senior Supervisor.
Yeah. Dr.
And-
Becker nominated Maria and I, and we received the Women of Distinction Award that was just yesterday from Congressman Mike Lawler.
All right.
And that was at St. Thomas Aquinas College in Rockland County. It was such an honor to be in the room with these women who are, retired from Homeland Security, building libraries, teaching students. Like, it was amazing to be included in a group of women. It really was so heartwarming to see Congressman Lawler congratulating and supporting and heralding women on both sides of the aisle. And he said it so many times, it doesn't matter what your party is. Look around. There are so many people doing good work, right?
Yeah.
So many people are doing good work. So that was truly an honor for Maria and I thank Dr. Becker for nominating us. Really something special.
Yeah. I don't care if you're a woman or a man, you got to get involved. You have to get involved, You can't just let the couple of people do all the work.
Yeah.
You got to try and...
Everybody.
I know, but still, it'd be nice to...
Everybody. If you can't volunteer, you can support.
Yep.
And if you can't support with donations or food donations or your old dishes or whatever, send a prayer, send a good thought.
So how can they bring their stuff?
Oh, donations, just send an email, tell us what you're bringing, tell us when you're coming. We'll tell you if we need it, if it works. Sometimes people will say, oh, I've got, 3 sets of golf clubs. And I'll say, yeah, no, I'm not carrying those up the stairs.
Yeah, right.
There are certain things, that's a steep flight of stairs to get to the second floor. So there's some things that and look, we're very small. And I'm gratefully very small. I don't need to grow. No. So there's some things we can't take. So send an email from the website. We'll let you know.
Excellent. So you're going to have an event, Meet the Verplanks.
Yeah.
That sounds exciting.
Well, I got to tell you, growing up in this town, I never thought about the people who named the town. I always thought greater, the Hudson Valley, Hendrick Hudson, this wonderful river. What I didn't realize was people in the Hudson Valley are very familiar with the Verplank family. In Beacon, there's Verplank Avenue. In that area as well, this is Dutchess County, there's the Verplank Garden Club. And it's not named after our town, it's named after the family Verplank. There's a place in Wappingers Falls, I think it's called the Mount Julian Society, like a historic home. That was the homestead of the Verplank family. So they lived on this land. And their ancestors, oh my goodness, their furniture, it's in the Metropolitan Museum of Art. How did we not know that?
I kind of knew that.
You knew that?
I knew it was a Dutch family. And I
knew it was
they
a
were
Dutch family.
settlers. Yeah.
That's all I knew.
Yeah.
So I called this Mount Julian Society, and I said, would you come to Verplank?
Wow.
And teach us.
Of course.
And they're more than happy to. So we're going to do that soon at Mount Carmel Hall.
Oh, my gosh, that's great.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
I know.
Do you have to buy tickets? Or
No,
how do
it's
you...
free. Let It Shine is taking care of that.
Oh, my gosh. And then you're involved with the SPCA, but that's with the radio station.
Yeah, I've always been I have pugs. And all of my pugs, I think I have 3 right now. I know I have 3 pugs right now. But I've had many pugs for the last, 20 years. They've all been rescues.
No way.
They've all been rescued.
Oh, that's awesome.
And the people at the SPCA, Bedford Hills, oh my gosh, these people, what they see and what they do and how they work 24/7. So I show up at their walk every year just to help call attention to it.
That's great.
It's amazing. It's amazing what they're doing.
Yeah. So speaking of the radio and your show, I guess you have new hours.
New hours.
Yeah. Talk about that.
Sleep.
Finally, right?
Yeah, I just Let It Shine grew so much, so fast. All of a sudden, it's like I'm going to work and I'm like, oh, I don't have time for this. No, I love my job. I love my job. But I had been doing 2 shifts for over a year. I did the morning show with Mike from 5 to 10, and then I stuck around and did 10 to 2. I know. But ask a busy woman to do something. She doesn't even know she's busy.
I know.
And after 13 months, I was like, yeah, I think I'll just choose one shift and I'll choose the one that lets me sleep. So I'm having it's brand new. And at first, it felt funny, but now it feels great.
I bet.
Yeah. I love to be on the air. I love to talk about what's going on in the community. I love the connection with the listeners. It's been going on for ages. I don't want to give that up.
No.
But I want to sleep. So Mike is happy. I still see him every morning. We still talk every morning. He loves doing the show. And, he can talk more now because I'm not there.
Hi, Mike. So, but you still do the podcast.
Yes.
That's Let It Shine too?
That's Let It Shine too.
Wow.
The podcast was born from actually the other way around. All of Let It Shine was born from the podcast. Back in, I think 2011, I had the opportunity at work to do a show on Sunday mornings. I tape it. I'm not up on Sunday mornings that early. But to talk about the things I wanted to talk about mental health, physical health, wellness, to talk to people who have been through stuff and came out the other side. What can they teach us? What can they show us? It was like my education, And my boss gave me the opportunity to record this podcast. Well, it was before podcasts were even in existence. It was a radio show that then became a podcast. From that, a following grew of women. And we started to do women's events, luncheons and weekend retreats and things like that. So the podcast grew the women's circle, and all of that. I'll tell you how it gave birth to Let It Shine. We have a Facebook group called The Circle of Women. Women, you're invited to join it. Men, I'm sorry.
That's
We need our girl
fine.
time.
Yep.
So a Circle of Women on Facebook. Someone wrote one night, please pray for my daughter. She's going through a hard time right now. And someone answered that by saying, I will pray, but we can do more than pray. Look at us. We're a group of women. There's only over 2,000 women in this group. And I said to my husband in that moment, he was on the couch watching TV, and I'm like, honey, I was at the computer, I'm going to start a nonprofit. And he's like, go ahead.
Yeah.
And I went to LegalZoom, and I started the process right then, that minute. And everything came to me in a flash. The name, Let It Shine, all of it came to me in a flash. And my husband was really helpful because the paperwork to fill out for a nonprofit almost did me in.
I bet.
And I was very intimidated by it. Like, who do I think I am? I lost my nerve. But he pushed me through it, and I'm so glad I did it.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I did it.
Fear is definitely a stumbling block.
Yeah,
Everything,
huge.
But love overcomes fear.
Yeah, 100% of the time. 100% of the time.
What about the Westchester County Federation of Women's Clubs?
Well, let me
which
tell
was
you,
put together in 1921.
I just found out about that. The Federation, it's like a worldwide federation of women's clubs. I didn't know this, but when we opened the food pantry, we started to get donations, and there'd be a card from Robin Cook. You know Cook's Florist?
Yeah.
Okay. Over there by the
Of course, they come to the paradise.
Right. Women's Federation. I'm like, what the heck is this? There's a federation of women's clubs? I said to Maria, they should run the pantry. What are we doing? We don't know. We don't have business cards. You know what I mean? I didn't know what. They are an amazing organization in every community in Westchester. It's overwhelming. There's a women's club, and they all work together. They do fundraisers. They do amazing things with the prisons, with women in need. They've been doing this since 1921. And Robin Cook has been following Let It Shine and the pantry and the thrift store and the markets.
Cool.
And she nominated me for Woman of the Year. So that was last week's luncheon. It was amazing.
Wow.
I know.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you. And I accept it on behalf of all of the women who have created this. It's not just me. It's not. I'm not dusting all these cups.
No.
Other people help us out.
You know, it's just, God has an army out there. It's just a matter of getting them together, And thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So your friend, Peter Kelly,
Yes, Chef
who I'm
Kelly.
dying to meet, I know he's good friends with my friend Dave DeBarry.
Oh yeah.
But he does something up at Graymore?
Yeah, Chef Kelly actually.
Well, you've known forever, though.
Yeah, I've known him forever. He's a local guy. I think he went to Blue Mountain Middle School. I think he went to Hendrick Hudson. I think.
Okay.
But I met him when I was just starting out in radio. He was just starting out at Highlands Country Club.
Wow.
Yeah, and we became friends then. And then through my work in the radio, I emceed a lot of the Westchester Magazine chef demos. They have this food and wine festival every summer. And then we got friendlier then. And then Graymore, Chef Kelly at X2O in Yonkers has a big fundraiser for Graymore every year, the Friars of the Atonement, and that's my home parish pretty much. So I see him at that every year. So we've been like in the same circles since, I don't know, 30 years now. It's fun.
Well, he's
a good
he's
guy.
on the list for the show.
Okay, great. And you know what he's doing now? You should talk to him up at the Abbey at Apropos, because he's taken over the management of the food there.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. So that's a good segue, too. We'll get there. And then the Buchanan's seniors stopped by with some food, right?
We at the food pantry could not exist without the Verplank seniors and the Buchanan seniors. Honestly, all through COVID, all through everything, these people show up. And then there's also a knitting group at the United Methodist Church.
Oh, yeah.
The Boscobel. They're always doing stuff for us. There are the Verplank Firehouse. There are so many facets of the community, and they give to us all the time. And it's overwhelming, but it's also keeping us open.
Of course.
You know, and just when we think, oh gosh, how are we going to get through this? Here come the Buchanan seniors, and they got cereal.
Yeah.
And here comes the Verplank seniors, and they got, Valentine's candy, and so good.
Yeah.
So it really is our neighbors that spoil our neighbors.
That's it.
You know?
And it's, it's that's what community's all about. And, we always learn growing up, we're all brothers and sisters in the eyes of God, so we could all kind of try and, follow that.
Yeah.
But are you looking for volunteers? That's a silly question.
Sure.
Yeah.
Email me.
Okay.
We have a huge staff.
Yep.
Well, you know what I'm looking for? Somebody to manage the volunteers, right? Because we have a schedule of people that work at the Lisa, a schedule of people that work at the food pantry, a schedule of people that empty the truck. If anybody's really good with organization and wants to manage all that, because Thursdays and Fridays I get like 25 texts, I'm running late. I can't make it. I'm going to be there early. Have to leave early. It's a lot of moving people around. So we have a great group of volunteers, but of course, many hands make light work.
That's key. It really is. What do you do for yourself?
Oh gosh, that's a great question. Thank you for asking it. I practice what I preach.
Okay.
I practice what I preach, and I couldn't do all that I do if I didn't take amazing care of myself. Right?
Yeah.
If I call it, you want to hear what I call it? I call it my MEVPEVs. This is a list of things, and I made the acronym MEVPEVs, that I know how to take care of myself. And I think everybody should make their own list. I know gardening and golf would be on your list, but my MEVPEVs are meditate, exercise, visualize, pray, pamper yourself, eat vegetables, sleep. Those are my 7 things, my MEVPEVs. And when I feel even the slightest bit off, I go to my list and say, which one do I need?
Yeah.
But I am forever getting a massage, getting acupuncture. I just went to Rose Healing Center
Yeah.
up on 16th Street.
Hi,
and had a
Ro.
wonderful Reiki treatment, reflexology,
Excellent.
craniosacral, right?
Yeah.
I look at it this way. If you take the year of my birth, if I was a car, I'd be a classic,
Oh,
right?
you are classic. There's no doubt
I'd be a
about it.
classic, but those old cars, they need to be tuned
Yeah.
up, kept in good shape. So I take good care of myself because this is my joy. To be part of this is my joy.
Sure.
And you need your energy for that.
Yeah.
So
And eating right is
rest.
so important.
Eat
I
your
mean, that's
vegetables,
the foundation,
people.
for sure.
Eat your
You know,
vegetables.
I tell people, whatever about fast food, I'm sorry, but open up a can of beans.
I eat beans every day.
Yeah.
Black beans,
Yeah.
chicha beans.
Yep. Chickpeas.
Give
all
me
that good
chicha
stuff.
beans, a little olive oil.
Now they got a sip and something. What's that all about?
Oh, yeah. So on June 20th, we're having a special. Usually the Lisa Boutique is only open during the day. But on that June 20th, summer solstice, we're going to open at night, I think 5 to 8. And we're going to have a sip and shop.
Okay.
We really enjoy Prosecco. So
Good
we're
stuff.
going to have some of that. And
Excellent.
we have an amazing donation of Waterford Crystal and Balik China. It's all downstairs. and also sterling silver
All right.
that I've been holding on to. And we're going to bring it up and let everybody shop and sip.
Cool.
We've got some amazing stuff here. Like if you need dishes and somebody's moving into a new apartment or whatever, like
yes.
we've got stuff. So
Yeah, I wound up buying a couple of things, new furniture. I spent a lot of money. And if I went to the thrift shop and spent half the money.
look at that table. That beautiful table there, solid wood. It's probably 50 years old. It's $10.
I know.
And it will last another 50 years, if not more. Right? It's amazing.
I know, it is amazing. How about they want to donate money?
We'll take it.
Take it.
We'll buy beans with it. It's my favorite thing.
Yeah.
And that's why everything in this store is priced so cheaply, so inexpensively.
Just keep it
People
moving.
are saying, oh, you could get $20 for that.
Yeah.
That might take me a week. I'm making it $10. I'll get that this week. I'll buy beans.
Yeah, exactly.
So, you can make donations online. You know what is also helpful? Gift cards to food stores. Because we shop a lot from Feeding Westchester, but Maria, my sister, does all the ordering and all the shopping. She's a genius. But she has to supplement sometimes at the local food stores because we want our shoppers to have the same brands that everybody else has, right? When kids come to your house, we want you to have the same cereal that your friends have. So we sometimes have to supplement to get the brand names at supermarkets.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. We got about 30 seconds left.
You're amazing.
Yeah.
How's your golf game?
Not bad. I mean, I enjoy it. I
You
love
getting
it.
out there?
Right now, I'm trying to get the garden in, so,
Okay.
but just booked a tea time with my buddies, Pat Scanlon, who
Skinner.
retired. Yeah, he retired. He called me up. He says, I heard you play golf, so we're
That's
new
great.
golf buddies. I
That's
love
wonderful.
it. Him and Billy Martin.
Have a
So,
great. Billy Martin empties our food truck
That's right.
on Friday.
Hey, Bill.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much for everything you do, and
My
it's
pleasure.
wonderful that you got recognized too.
Oh,
so
thanks. It's
that's
fun.
just a little icing on the cake.
Icing on the cake.
Yeah. Thanks, darling. I
Thank
love
you. Love you.
All right, I'm Victor Margiotta. This is the community show. Please get involved. Don't complain about what's going on out there. Do something about it. Thanks for watching.